just put in the search engine women dress decently. Dress decently. And these the images that pop up, you know. Pretty much, you know, clothes that cover the whole body. A couple of them, I don't look too decent, but yeah, this is Babylon. This is women dress in modesty, alright? In modest apparel, alright? You see clothes that cover the body, and again, you know, it's a fruit that you know probably shouldn't even be in here, but again, this is Babylon for the most part. These are few examples of dressing in modest apparel. Alright. In this last one, I typed in how Israelite woman supposed to dress, which is decently and modestly. And these are the examples that popped up when you typed that into the search engine. Alright. And I heard a woman, can't remember her name, but it was a woman speaker, and she said that when a woman doesn't cover herself when she go out in public, she puts her man's life in danger. Because when you go out in public, half dressed with no clothes on, you're leaving yourself as an example to be ridiculed or attacked by some other man, and then your man will have to defend your honor, and there's no guarantee that your man will win that fight. So that is one of the main reasons women should dress in decently in modest apparel. Alright. Alright, seeing this is I guess a lot of these pictures are the same, just changed up with the search engine title a little bit just to see what would pop up. And alright, I guess now let's get into the list. A few pictures, a few examples of modest swimwear. Swimwear that covers the body for the most part. Alright. A few of these might not be too modest, but as you can see, you can put on swimwear and as this image is showing, and not be naked. Alright, want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadesh. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught me it's true. Alright, wanted to do a quick lesson on the importance of dressing modestly, alright, for women. Alright, the importance of dressing in modest apparel. Alright, this is 1 Timothy 2 verses 9 and 10. Alright. In like manner also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness in sobriety, not with broad hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becoming women professing godliness with good works. Alright, so pretty much that, you know, you don't dress to be flamboyant or out there, because we are quickly approaching the time, you know, where dressing like this is going to be very bad for a woman. Alright, you know, I was talking to my wife, and she was telling me about how she went to the mall and she seen a lady that was walking with her daughter, but the lady had shorts on with her ass hanging out the bottom, walking with her teenage daughter. And it just threw her off, because she said she ain't never seen nothing that bad before. But it just lets you know where people's mindset are. Alright. This is 1 Peter, 3rd chapter. And I guess verses 3 through 5. Whose adorning, let it be not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and wearing of gold or putting on of apparel, but let it be hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of power of great price. For afterward this manner in the old times the holy women also, who trusted in power, adorned themselves, being in subject unto their own husbands. And so pretty much back in the day, you know, women dressed in modest apparel and they were subject to their own husbands. They didn't show off to the world. You know, like you see in here, women showing off their bodies and letting everyone see, you know. Back in the day, it was only meant to be seen. What they are showing in this video is only meant to be seen by a woman's husband, not by the entire world. Alright? It just shows you how backwards our people have gotten. Alright? And you know, it go on, it say, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well and are not afraid with any amazement. So Sarah obeyed Abraham, and you know, Sarah was covered up. She wasn't walking around looking like a harlot like all our women do today. Alright? It is always modest apparel. And so we bring it out. Let's do Deuteronomy 22, 5th verse. Alright? The woman should not wear that which pertains unto a man, neither should a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord, thy power. Alright, so the Lord's pretty much saying that should no woman be wearing the clothes that a man wear. Any woman that does that is an abomination unto the Lord. Alright, and then let's get Proverbs 11:22. Alright. This is what I want. As a jewel of gold in a swine snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. Alright, so pretty much, you know, it's saying you look like a piece of gold in the nose of a pig. You know, if you're a good woman and you ain't dressing right, you ain't carrying yourself in a godly manner, you know, it's all for nothing. And the biggest reason is, you know, to be discreet, to dress modest, is because of what we are getting ready to come into in this crucial time. Alright, let's see. Alright, and let's see. This is Judith chapter 4 and verse 12. Alright, and cry to the power of Israel, all with one consent in earnest, that he would not give their children for a prey, or their wives for a spoil, in the city of their inheritance to destruction, in the sanctuary to profane in reproach, and for the nations to rejoice at all. Alright, so it says part of us concentrate on give their wives for a spoil. And what I think people don't know, women were parts of the spoils of war. Alright, taking women against their wills, how some would say, was part of war, and women are a spoil. Alright, this is Judas, the 16th chapter, The 5th verse. He bragged that he would burn up my borders and kill my young men with the sword, and dash the suckling children against the ground, and make my infants as a prey and my virgins as a spoil. So that's another verse to bag up that women are a spoil. They're part of a prize to war. And if you know carrying yourself in a decent manner to not become, that is a very, very wise way to move. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 14. But the women and the little ones and the cattle that is in the city, even all the spoils thereof, thou shalt take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoils of thy enemies, which the Lord thy God have given thee. So that's another verse showing that women and the children and cattle and everything are considered parts of the spoils of war. All right, the winning army will take the women and make them into their sex slaves. All right, now let's get back on what made me really think about this is let's get to the scripture that I know everybody know, but this when you think about why this is, it should bring in. This is Isaiah 4, verses 1 through 4. And in that day, 7 women should take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. All right. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remains in Jerusalem shall be called holy, even everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof of the spirit of judgment and the spirit of burning. All right. So he said the Lord is going to wash away the filth, and these women are going to get back in line. But you see on this video how wild and out of control they are on this video. So what is going to make a woman get back in line with the way today's society is? And it's going to be that our hell is going to break loose. And that is what's going to cause the women to get back in line. All right. Because you go over to Isaiah 13:12. All right. And I will make a man more precious than the fine gold, even a man than the golden wedges of Ophir. All right. So a man is going to be more precious than fine gold. And what makes something precious is when there's a lot of them. Because of the wars and everything that's going on, the civil wars, the war, and the uprising, and all the plagues that's about to come on America, it's going to be less men. And really, it's already less men when you think about men of the Lord. And then in Israel, as it is right now, you think about everybody already ready to go back to multiple wives before the plagues even fully hit, because so many of our men are either thugs and locked up or living that alphabet community lifestyle that there really ain't too many men out here for the women as it is now. And the plagues haven't even all the way got let loose. All right. So just imagine what's going to happen when the Lord let all these plagues go. All right. Because, we go to Isaiah 10. All right. Isaiah 10, verses 1 through 2. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree, and that write grievously which they have described. All right. So, what they saying, them legalizing prostitution after the rent thing, went out and people are getting evicted, That was just a crazy law. You're going to put people out and pretty much knowing you're going to put them no choice but to turn to prostitution. All right. The second verse, turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the rights from the poor of my people, that widows might be their prey and that they might rob the fatherless. All right. So you're taking them from the needy people, all right, with these unrighteous decrees they on, and they robbing the widows. So that's the women that is one of us that's going to suffer in these things that's about to come upon the earth. All right. So let's get. Let's see. This second Ezra 16, verse 71. They should be like madmen, man sparing none, but stealing, spoiling, and destroying those that fear the Lord. All right, so it says spoiling, and that just shows you how women is part of spoils, all right, getting spoiled, and they gonna be like madmen sparing none, which means they gonna be running up in people's houses, you know, raping their women, raping their wives, raping their daughters. That is why you're supposed to be asking for Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai to cover you in them days, you know, to keep you safe. Because in that time, ain't no one going to be safe. All right? And we all going to need Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai to deliver us. All right? That's what salvation means. It means to save. Israel's going to need saving. All right? This is 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, 19th verse. A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword. And we know the modern day sword is the gun. And should spoil their goods. All right? And we know part of their goods and parts of the spoils is is the women. All right? Women are considered part of the spoils, part of the goods. All right? And they're going to spoil them because of the lack of bread and for the great tribulation. All right? So the Lord is letting us know that when Jacob trouble comes, it's going to be a lot of danger, and women especially are going to be in danger in this times. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, 46th verse. For strangers should reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their house and take their children's captives. For in captivity and famine should they get children. So pretty much it's saying, you know, they're going to take people captives and children and people and women, daughters and stuff captives. They're going to rape them, and in some cases they're going to eat them. All right? That's just how bad the famine's going to get. And that is why a man is going to be more precious than fine gold, because a man is going to be protection in them things. All right? So all this great folly, like you seeing here on this video, women doing all that kind of stuff, in their days, they're going to be taken against their will in the days of the come. And that's what the Lord was warning of and trying to get Israel ready for. All right? This is Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 3. Why dost thou show me iniquity and causes me to be whole grievously? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. All right? So pretty much getting back to, there's going to be a lot of spoiling of goods. All right? Now, you know, modest apparel is what you're supposed to dress in. And I guess since we own the subject of dressing, and I know this is one of the hard ones it is. This is Deuteronomy 22:11. Thou shalt not wear a garment or driver's sort as a woolen and linen together. So pretty much saying, you know, you're not supposed to wear mixed fabrics, which in America, just about all the clothes they give out, a large percent of mixed fabrics, all right? So that was just some. And then another part of the dress is 1 Corinthians 11th chapter, verses 4 through 5. And this is an important part, all right? All right. It say, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonors his head, all right, which is Yahweh. But every woman that prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head, which is the man. So women are supposed to have their head covered when they pray, for that is even our one, as if she were shaven, all right? All right. For if a woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if she be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaved, let her be covered. All right. So pretty much a woman should be covered. All right. And with that, shalom. A few pictures, a few examples of modest swimwear. Swimwear that covers the body for the most part. Alright. A few of these might not be too modest, but as you can see, you can put on swimwear and as this image is showing, and not be naked. Just put in the search engine, women dress decently. Dress decently, and these the images that pop up, you know. Pretty much, you know, clothes that cover the whole body. A couple of them, I don't look too decent, but yeah, this is Babylon. This women dress in modesty, right? In modest apparel, right? You see clothes that cover the body, and again, you know, it's a fruit that you know probably shouldn't even be in here, but again, this is Babylon for the most part. These are a few examples of dressing in modest apparel, alright? And this last one I typed in how Israelite woman supposed to dress, which is decently and modesty. And these are the examples that popped up when you typed that into the search engine. Alright? And I heard a woman, can't remember her name, but it was a woman speaker. And she said that when a woman doesn't cover herself when she go out in public, she puts her man's life in danger. Because when you go out in public, half dressed with no clothes on, leaving yourself as an example to be ridiculed or attacked by some other man, and then your man will have to defend your honor. And there's no guarantee that your man will win that fight. So that is one of the main reasons women should dress in decently and in modest apparel.